Okay. So, I've made the executive decision that this is going to turn into a Zilla point, assuming all goes well. I know it feels like the second that I decide to do something, the universe kind of does that whole like John Cena thing where it's like, "Are you sure about that?" And it changes it up on me. But I feel pretty confident with this one. I just got to make it nice. But yeah, I don't have a mahogany one, and I'm sure I'll make another smaller one. But you know, as far as things go, that was kind of a reason. So I guess I can talk about the Zilla point now in this one since I'm going to be finishing a lot of this. So the reason I can't, it's kind of like my own little style that I put together. There's stuff that's like similar or like has pieces of it all kind of in different things, and my thought process behind it was I wanted something that I could make repeatedly that not only looked pretty but allowed for me to kind of test certain aspects of certain materials. So, you know, you saw, well, shoot, this is the second part of the video. I got to show it again. So this is what we're going to be turning this into, just a bigger version. So some of the things, or at least that doesn't show up very well on the black. Hold on. That's all I got. So a couple of things. The needle tip is to test the material, how good it is, how easily that is to snap off. I got a little base here, the double notches because I like double notches, and then the shape was just kind of pleasing to me, and I like subtle serrations. So it's kind of like a little bit of a tester point, and it allows me to kind of get a feel for a material, and also I try to make a Zilla point out of every material that I get if I can. Might make one out of some Iowa chert eventually here, but they're not too hard to do. They kind of start out as a little bit of a, what are these? Jack's Reef. I think the pentagonal ones, they're super cool. I do like those. They're pretty. They're neat. I don't know. Sometimes there's beauty and simplicity in the Jack's Reef, or Jack Creek? Jack Reef. I don't know. Either way, they're beautiful. I like them. They're neat. I find them to be very, don't like that. Sorry, I'm focusing. I find them to be very visibly appealing. And this will sure as heck be quite the centerpiece if it's going to be one, because this will be a big one. When I did Hornstone, I did kind of a big one. It was like a knife, a Zilla knife. And they're always kind of subtly different in their own little way. Sometimes they're more square. I'll have to bring some of them down sometime. I did make a post. Also, my narration's got to be horribly confusing to folks that come in and just like, wait, he was going to make a dovetail. Now he said he's going to make this thing. What is this guy doing? Does he even know what he's doing? To be honest, no. But sometimes when your gigantic piece of mahogany that you thought was solid all the way through breaks, you gotta adapt. And what better way to adapt than making my own point style and then having one of those on video? I need to slim that down just a bit more. Bring that side in. Yeah. Be a nice one. I don't like pressure flaking big obsidian things. Ouch. That just got my wrist, whatever that was. They can get snappy. I'm just going to take a drink here real quick. You can bend them. Bend them just a bit too far. And then Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that at all. Cord's getting on my nerves. It's getting in the way. Let's see here. What do I need to do? I'm going to take some subtle. But yeah. Maybe I just shouldn't announce what I'm going to do. Maybe that's the move. Maybe that's the move. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to do a little bit of work on this side. I haven't touched it. I want to clean it up just a little bit. The dual notches, while also being my favorite, gives me notching practice, which I do need. I don't like doing notches. Maybe it's just because I'm not that good yet, but I'm sure I'll get better. I have had people give me some pretty solid advice, which has helped monumentally, really. There's been some game-changing advice that's been shared with me, which is fantastic. I love when I get to learn from people. It's always fun. That's why I want to go to a knapping. I don't want to make it too wide, too. Sometimes if they're too wide, they get a little blocky, and they look a little funny to me. Because, you know, I mean, it is my point cell. Let's see here. What are we doing? We're pretty darn close, aren't we? Let's see here. Some of this shaping might be done with pressure flaking because I'm so sad that I have to leave that there. It makes me so unbelievably sad, but again, such is life, especially with obsidian. Sometimes it really just do be like that, Chief. So I don't want to leave too big of a base on it. I'm going to have to do the concavity of the base, or at least the basal design of it. It looks a little funny when it's got like a super duper wide base. Wide to me, at least. I don't know. Or weird to me, at least. Sorry. And again, this is just kind of a huge preform of it. Yeah, I'm gonna pressure like just a good bit of it here. I just trust it a bit more. I'm gonna grind it out. Just kind of roll the edge of my pressure flaker along the side. That is the nice thing about obsidian, is that you can shape that stuff really quite pleasantly. It responds happily. Shoot, I am just now realizing too, there's gonna be some monster notches on this thing. I feel like too small notches will look weird and disproportionate. See, I'm liking, let's see, which slope am I liking a bit more? I think I'm liking this over here a bit more, so I'm going to trim it up just a little bit. Or trim it down, because we got to even up that side. So, yeah. I do like having a bit more blade, but, you know. And the reason I'm doing this with pressure is just because I feel safer doing it. I've already got like an hour and, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes. Let's see. Ooh, 9 minutes? Like an hour and 9 minutes sunk into this. And if it's for a video, I especially don't want to. Especially don't want to fumble it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, right there. Still seems wider somehow on the one side. I think it's looking a lot better. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna trim up, because another thing is shape. I like to have, if I'm doing it, I like to have kind of that gradual peak up to it. So I do like to shape that in a little bit with pressure flaking, because like I said, ticking away at it, I feel like I'm gonna slip and have an oopsie, and I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. No sir, no sir. I do want to take care of that tip though. There we go. So I'm gonna, maybe I should have left a bit. That is totally lopsided. Yeah, it is. This needs to come way back. Yeah, I wasn't seeing stuff. Yeah, that's much better. And there we go. Okay. Too much stuff on me. I gotta. Let me see here. That cord again. Stay. All right. Let's see. And I'm going to do better pressure flaking here. There's going to be a lot of pressure flaking though. In fact, the more I look at it, the less excited I get. Grind this way. It's good to check which way you're grinding. Sometimes you can help set up for future flakes. Those are helpful. Over this a couple times with that. I'm going to flake down. I'm going to flake down on this side. Because that center line was way low on that side. And I think what I'm going to end up doing too is bringing the base in as well, so it's less straight and it's more inwards. A crap ton of shaping. I'm sure this is driving some dudes nuts, just like, oh, what are you doing? You're not even doing it right, dude. Shut up. This is my video. I'll do what I want. Oh boy. Piece of obsidian tried to bite me. Sometimes with this sort of stuff, I use my Ishi stick. It's easy. Or at least I do it more with rock. Since this is a lot softer than rock, and I can chunk it down much easier, I don't worry about it as much. Or, not worry, but, you know. This will be just a lot of kind of shaping. I might have to start doing some pressure flaking here to start cleaning stuff up just a little bit. Let me bring this in. But yeah, it's kind of an amalgamation, if you will, of a lot of point characteristics that I find appealing. So I just was kind of like, oh, I'm just going to add all those together and I just make it my own. I did a tiny little arrowhead of it out of some, oh, it came from Georgia. It's like this butterscotch looking stuff. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful material. Forget what it is. But it's beautiful, beautiful material. Some good flake action there. See, I was thinning that down because it's starting to get a little thick. And crunching away at the edge like that can get a bit dicey when it's thick. You can pop off Cookie Monster bites. You know, nobody likes those at all. So, just going to preemptively nipping that in the bud. That's getting a little bit better. I still want it to be much more narrow though. I want to make those angles pretty darn steep. Like dramatically so. Would this be better done with indirect? Probably. Does my skill allow for that? See that? See that try to get me? That is the real question. I don't like that. I don't like how resistive that was. I like flew all the way across my garage. I heard it hit some papers and stuff. I'm gonna do this one is almost out. Or no, it's not. It's the other one that's almost out. Well, I run one of my pressure flakers like a lot. Like a lot. And the copper in her starting to get low. I do have a tool that's specifically for doing what I'm doing right now, but with indirect. I don't know if I want to use it, but I might use it. It might save me a bit of headache. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move the center line up on there. It's too low right now. And also, it's a better idea to thin from the tip down. Don't do what I'm doing right now. And go from like the middle. People that do that either know what they're doing or, like me, they're impatient. And you can't be too impatient. You can be a little impatient, but am I bleeding somewhere else? There's a little bit of blood on there. I gotta brush myself off. It's a little hack for you. Paintbrush. You don't get flakes in your fingers. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh. I'm getting the chair. Oh, that's on my thumb. Oh, Don't remember that. Welcome to working Obsidian, ladies and gentlemen. Blood everywhere. Just wear gloves. The gloves will save you. No, they won't. That's what everybody says. Clearly, you've never napped with Obsidian. It finds a way. If not your fingers, like anything that it can find. Any little itty bitty bit of exposed skin. Bite ya. I might bring out the indirect again. I don't wanna, but I might have to. I want to be expedient, and I don't want to make you guys wait too long. I am definitely not going to be doing anything with the tip using indirect unless I'm using my special precision indirect tool that I made. Ooh. I don't like whatever the heck that was. I understand that you know that you need to be notched eventually, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Especially in that specific location. Okay, let's see here. It's weird. It really did do like a notch style pop out. Bring that side in just a bit. Can I get a symmetrize? I don't know. And those just a little bit. I see a good one. There's anything I noticed, if you pinch when you do your indirect, a lot of the flakes will stay in place and they won't tend to run too far away from you. Keyword on tend. And yes, my horseshoe just fell over. My good luck horseshoe just fell over. I don't like that. It better not be a bad omen. No, sir. I was gonna say, yes, every indirect strike I'm doing up here is resulting in my sphincter clenching extremely tight. You do not want to mess up. Cheater, he's using a diamond file. Go eat a basket of turnips. I don't care. I mean, my horseshoe just fell over. Let me throw up. Oh my god. Don't like that one. I don't like that one. I don't like that either. I don't like any of that. Whatever the heck's going on there. Hope y'all could have. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to my camera placement. I do deeply apologize. That was a bit of a tough watch. It was losing my. Was almost lost my cool there. Okay, hold on. Now the fun proportion weirdness starts, where I have to try and figure out what exactly is making it look strange, and it's always that. I always seem to have one of these right there too, by the way. Don't know why that is. Yeah, don't know. Don't know, don't care really. I need to go up here a little bit, don't I? It's a little ugly, but yeah, I don't want to mess with that one. That one gives me bad vibes. Or did I knock it off already? Oh, I knocked it off. Oh, I thought I was going to pressure it off. Oh, well, I can pressure you. Still a little weird up there profile-wise. I don't know. Because I have these deep scoops. And it's not going to show up like those two right there. I don't like those, but, you know. Do I care enough to try and go out of my way to fix them? That becomes, that's the following question to that. Let me see here. I gotta bring this side in just a bit. Trim it down this way. Maybe I can clean a couple of those up, actually. Help with the diamond file. I'm going to sharpen tip of my pressure flaker too. How yeah, 27 minutes? Yeah. How about I can finish her? There. Sharpen that up just a little bit. Let's see here. There's a weirdness right there near the tip. Okay. Clean it up a good bit. Not bad. Okay. And yes, I do tend to do the tip first before the notches. The notches I usually do on a hard pad. So a lot of the time, I'm sorry if I'm abrading out of frame. I'm just trying to. How's this doing? How's that looking? I do the notching on a hard pad usually. So that kind of takes away a lot of the chances of stuff getting gumbled up or bent. I almost said bented. What the heck? What reading level am I at? I remember that. Having like accelerated reader tests. Maybe that was. Oh, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just young. Could be the case. I'm just a baby. I don't know. It's looking pretty okay. A little wonky. What cut me? Something else cut me. Like I said, welcome to Obsidian, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna get This is going to be a part of my Zilla point collection. I want to do it right. I make these tools, by the way. These are my own. This is my own design. I 3D print them. If anybody's interested in a tool showcase video, let me know. Because that is 100% something that I would do. It's looking pretty darn good. Pull off a couple flakes there, though. It's super duper sharp. Mahogany can sometimes sharpen good, sometimes sharpen bad. There's the tip section. I still almost want to bring the base in just a little bit more, but I don't know if I want to do that. Gosh, look at this dumb stuff. Dang it. Ooh, that's sharp though. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Well, do I not want to? I still gotta add in the serrations. That is something I still do have to add in. I think tip-wise, I think we're good. I really wanna, let me see here, hold on. Let me make an assessment. I don't think they're sloped quite evenly. That's another thing here, hold on. I'm adding the bottommost, that needs to go. I'm adding the bottommost serration, so I can kind of have like a reference point of what is where. And I'm definitely thinking stuff's just a little wonky. That's going to be the base serration. Stuff might be just a little wonky on this side, as in I need pick it. There we go. Looks a good bit better. I am extra persnickety with my my point style because, like, you know, kind of the only one who makes it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to. There's a little bit of mismatch on those two bottom teefers. I noticed. It's getting windy outside. I wonder if it's gonna rain. Currently, we are absolutely inundated with some smoke from the Canadian wildfires. It's real bad. I'm still so sad that I couldn't get that. That makes me enormously sad. But I think, what's wrong? Something's wrong. Something just ain't right. Do I need to trim this back more still? I can't put my finger on it. Something about it's bothering me. Maybe it's just because it's so big and I'm used to making them a good bit smaller. Yeah. I mean, it's looking good. It's just, I don't know. These are going to be big boy serrations. Usually I don't do them, I don't do them this big, but big points call for big serrations. And like I said, the serrations are kind of only down on the bottom area. They don't go too far up on the blade? Blade? Is that the word that we use? Sure. Probably other people right now that are just like, that's not how you do serrations. You're doing it wrong. Relax. Chill. This is a place of peace. This is my garage. A man's garage is basically his dojo. You do not come here. What's the Godfather meme? What'd he say? You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding or something. I don't know. I don't know how he says it. But you come to my garage talking about serrations. On the day of my creation of the Mahogany Obsidian. Whoopsie. A bit of an oopsie there. I broke one of them off. Whoops. Oh well, nothing's perfect. Just add a couple more. Just kind of blend it. Sometimes serrations just look nice, you know? They don't gotta be crazy sharp. It's just like, if your point looks mean, it's got a little bit of street cred to it, you know? And with this one, I just kind of wanted it to look a little mean and to give me a chance to see if I can do serrations. Because I don't usually do them. Like, ever. And these are a little big, so. Practice is good. Go the other way. It's a little weird. Here on the base, but not bad. It looks mean. Right. The mahogany ones show up a lot better than the black ones on video. I think we're done with the blade portion. I might slim that in just a bit more. My gut tells me, what do we have for time? 38 minutes? Okay. So I'd have to turn and burn. Either that, or I could even it out by doing equally as large of notches. That is one thing I gotta make sure, is that I adequately thin the notching areas. Make sure that those look clean too. Do I triple notch it just for funsies? I kind of want to. Screw it. This is my video. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to get these spaced out because there's no way to fix this without going in. So I'm like, you know what? In flint knapping, sometimes you need to make the most of the mistakes. And I'll do 2 close notches up on top here. These are just getting roughed out real quick so I can get my spacing figured out. I'm gonna do 3 of them up there. I'm gonna do a tinier notch down at the bottom, or at least I might use that to shape up some of the other stuff. Let's see. I'm just gonna not. Hold on. This might not be on camera. If it gets blurry, I apologize. I'm trying to do everything in my power to ensure that the notches end up in as similar of locations as possible. do 2. Ooh, uh-oh, hold on. I don't think those are lined up. Is that me or is that the point? Always widen them out just a bit. And then we're going to do the one right there. Yeah, okay. That can come out of the knee so I can relax just a little bit. I'm going to sharpen this up. How are we doing for time? 41 minutes? Sweet. I'm going to make sure that that does not fall off of my leg and onto the ground and shatter. Because I tell you what, if you want to hear the rich, diverse vocabulary that I possess, I would give you all a fantastic demonstration of my favorite swears. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Maybe. I don't know. Probably going to be mostly silent for the notching because I do genuinely struggle with notching. So I want to make sure that what I'm doing is adequate. I totally didn't line those up. Oh my goodness, I'm a dum-dum. Okay, we're just going to make the middle notch a bit bigger then, as you can see. Or actually, I might leave this top one up here a little small. So that just feels right. It just feels a little bit better. Just gotta be careful with those pop-outs. I don't accidentally eat up the wing. Dude, you have a horseshoe nail, Flaker. Use that. Good idea. Thanks for telling me. I don't like using steel on obsidian, but in these situations, works great. Usually. It's a lot more slippery. Like a lot. Sometimes it gets weird. Motorcycle. I bet the Native Americans would freaking love motorcycles. That would be the coolest thing to them, I bet. You'd show them that? That was a hypothetical question that was brought up. Not so much motorcycles, but oh my goodness. You don't screw it. Fine, use copper. Which native civilization would have loved monster trucks? Romans, first of all. Oh my goodness. They had the Colosseum, for corn's sake. Can you imagine how just insanely hyped they would be for monster trucks? Like, seriously. That'd be the most incredible thing. Vikings were another group. We're like, oh yeah, they'd totally vibe with that. That'd be awesome to them. Yeah, it just makes sense. Yeah, I just get better pop-outs with copper, especially on obsidian. I just do clean it up just a little bit. getting there. This is really... I do like to take a little bit of a file to these notches afterwards to clean them up and make them look nice. We're getting somewhere, that's for sure. Oh, I kind of really wish I could go just a bit deeper on this one. Risky business. Yeah, I'm trying to clean that up just a little bit. Something just ain't right. It's crooked, I can see it. These notches also aren't the same depth. Dude, those notches are looking extra square, man. What are you, square? Maybe I'm a parallelogram. I don't know. Don't assume my shape, bro. I got 4 sides. I'm cool. I'm hip. There we go. That's real steep there. Not a fan of that. More risky business. Very risky. There we go. Now they're looking pretty even. I'm going to take this one just a bit further. How do they look actually? Hold on. Yeah, that one's definitely just a bit deeper. Stand by. Ooh, that crushed it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on. 48 minutes, I got this. We still have 2 more notches to go. In fact, I might just leave that. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to leave it. It looks good. Clean this up just a little bit. That's pretty much the same size, yeah. And we're going to do more down here. Maybe I could do something fancy with the base as well, because I'm going to have the base curve just a bit. Well, I got that nice and thin in there. That means this one will be easy. Much nicer to notch on thinner points, but it's also a little bit more scary because the big trade-off is your pop-outs. Well, they can pop out a lot, like a lot. It's always fun when people tell you to pop off, but it's you don't want to tell notches that. No. Little ears or the wings will go whee, fly right away. Fly off into the sunset, never to be seen again. Or they'll add insult to injury and hit you directly in the face, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, you know, it's fine, it's cool. It's cool, I guess, but... Like I said, I'll likely take a file to some of these. So it doesn't work out sometimes. I've blown stuff off, like wings and stuff, trying to file my notches to clean them up. Big sad when that happens. huge, sad, even. Oh, it's definitely a bit wider, isn't it? Or no, that one's narrower and longer. Someone's gonna be like, that's ugly. I don't care. Style is mostly for me. Remember, like I said, I just took aspects of points that I really liked and just sort of combine them together. I'm gonna shape those real quick before I do the base, because the base will be easy. So I tend to just kind of sand them down a little bit, smooth them off. Aesthetics are everything. You gotta make them look nice, or else nobody will like them. Says everybody. Not me, though. I'm kind of happy to see anything anybody makes. I think they're cool. I mean, it's literally a Stone Age craft. The knapping is. It just is. Those are totally not aligned. That's so bunged up. Wow. Good job, idiot. Now we're gonna do a little bit of. Let's start here first. Ouch. Something poked me. Stop it. Don't do that. I'm turning you into something beautiful. Let me do it. Why must you fight me? We're friends. Ouch. There just has to be blood right before the finish. Right before the finish. We're right there. It's like, no, I'm taking you down with me. Ow. My goodness. Here we go. Those mismatched notches are gonna drive me crazy. I mean, they're not really that bad. They're that bad. Where did I go wrong? I'm trying to identify it, but yeah. There's so much blood all over. Well, we're gonna call that. We're gonna call that good. 54 minutes. Let me brush myself and the point off so you can get nice, cohesive thing. And take a nice little look at it. Spot any defects. I'm gonna do a little quick. There we go. That was all it needed. There we go. Not bad, not bad. It's okay. It's all right. I'll fit in with the collection. What thin did we get her? Not bad. Again, this horrible, awful little lump there. I hate when I get those. I get those all the time. Like, literally all the time. But, you know, as far as thinness goes, not bad. Length. What do we got for length? She is sitting at about 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 inches. I don't know how thin that is. Yeah, 3.5 inches long. Not too bad. Not too shabby. There's a Zilla point for y'all. I'll probably make more of these, but yeah. If you wanted to take a little look-see daisy at that, there you go. Usually they have 2 notches, not the 3. We were just getting extra fancy and fun with it. Yeah. Again, that stupid island. I hate those. I hate them so much. Hold on. Does it have glow? Where did my flashlight go? Does it have glow? Let's see. I'm gonna say no. There's a little bit. Very, very subtly on that side. But, yeah, no triple flow in that one. But yeah. Okay. Better get a thumbnail or something set up. Get all them flakes in there. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy the Zilla point. There will be more to come. Tell me what you think of the YouTube short where I double flute the Clovis. Again, that was going to be an actual video, but neighbors downstairs flooded, so I kind of helped with that. So, yeah. Nice. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.